Hey there, so today we have another review, and this is a beer from Michigan. So actually flew back, we packed some of it, and couldn't review all of it while we were there, so I brought it home to review. So this is from Jolly Pumpkin, and I believe I'll probably get this. Yeah, probably will get this in Florida, we'll see. But I mean, I got it fresh in Michigan, so I thought I'd bring it back home. This can some point, maybe January of this year? Wow, interesting. This is Phobos from Jolly Pumpkin. So first off, I will say didn't get to visit any of the Jolly Pumpkin locations. Didn't actually visit any brews or anything. Just very busy family trip. So got some reviews in though. So let's dig into this now that we're home. Phobos, ale brewed with wheat, dried basil, garlic, salt, plum tomatoes, olive oil, peach, apricot, pineapple, raspberry puree. What? So this is a pizza beer, right? Basically wheat, basil, garlic, salt, plum tomatoes, olive oil. A pizza beer with peach, apricot, pineapple, raspberry under a Saison. 5.4. That has got to be one of the weirdest things I've ever read on a label. And if it weren't for Jolly Pumpkin, I would swear this thing has to be disgusting. But Jolly Pumpkin never seems to fail. I have yet to have a bad beer from them, especially in these cans. They just kill it. They're just so good. There's one beer that I didn't like as much. It was like 80 something, but still. Anyway, let's dig into this beer. I guess that's what a pizza beer would look like, right? It looks like watered down tomato juice. It has this like kind of like orangey kind of color, but it's like also like stone fruit juice. So there's like that pineapple, raspberry, apricot, peach. I don't know, not too much head being built in that. If you're using olive oil in beer, there's no way you're building any head in there, right? So who knows? Okay, I mostly just get like, mixed fermentation Saison. I get a little bit of savoriness, maybe some herbal character. I get some of that kind of like mixed fermentation, that kind of acidic thing. Tartness comes in. Fruitiness, I get a little bit of stone fruit, the pineapple. I get a savory herb thing, a little bit of that. I get the mixed fermentation, I get the sourness, I get the acidic. I get a little bit of fruitiness. Okay, let's see. Actually don't have this cold at all, so or barely cold. So, oh yeah, that's just a mixed fermentation Saison. I would say none of the flavors red really come off. Yeah, hold down. I don't know. Maybe it's not fresh enough because like we're 6 months in this guy. I don't get any flavors. I just get like a nice base beer. I get a solid amount of sourness. Like again, I just get a more fruity, more malty version of bomb beer or something like that. It's tart. It's got a little bit of vinegar in it. It's got a little bit of that lactic. It's got that signature balance of acidity that they do where I find they can end a little bit more sour. And yeah, this is sour beer. This is not like Hill Farmstead or some of the other New Age Saison kind of things where they're sort of making like a Brett forward, slight lactic kind of thing. This is sour beer. There's definitely that vinegary bite to it. It's quite tart. I mean, yeah. I mean, I used to listen to Sour Hour, and I'm curious what happened in that podcast. Actually, I should probably look that up. But this is good sour beer. Like, what is there to say about it? I full blind would have a hard time guessing what kind of fruit, or if there was fruit in here. Forget about the other ingredients. Again, there's just like a little bit of biscuit malt. There's a little bit of chew to it. There's a balance of that acidity, dry, a little bit of maybe like, there's not a noticeable amount of oak on this one. It's straightforward. It's not overly funky. Yeah, right? It's not overly funky. This is just like mixed fermentation sour Saison, right? What else does it say? Wow, never guessed. Dried basil, garlic, salt, plum, none of that. Olive oil, none of it. Peach, apricot, pineapple, raspberry, no, none of it. All right, well, this is one of the most perplexing beers. I mean, literally, that label makes no sense to me. I mean, like, maybe raspberry, probably the only fruit I taste in here. None of that else. Did I smell herbs though? And salinity? Man, I'm telling you, the nose does crazy things. You read that label and you smell it, you're like, oh yeah, certainly some savory herbs in here, and you're like, basil? Maybe, honestly, maybe. That could be the Brett though, the funkiness, right? That bass tone note. Hey, I was expecting something really weird, and instead you get something very straightforward, well executed. Let's go with a solid. What is this? Just solid sour beer get? Nothing crazy to it. Not something I'd really like drink tons of. 93. That is Jolly Pumpkin Phobos. Really good. Don't let the label trick you and thinking that there's something crazy going on here. It's just really good solid sour beer. If I was going to try to educate someone on just what like sour beer can taste like, like you don't have to go straight forward to like the Flanders and all this other stuff, or go simple like Goza. Like here's what mixed fermentation tastes like. You can balance of lactic and acidic. You can have a little bit of oak on there. They might push a little fruit in here, but this is like no frills, nothing crazy, no super fruits, no super herbs, no super ingredients in here. This is just solid mixed fermentation, complex sour. This is long aged sour beer. Like generally, this is what it tastes like. It's hard to guess. I could not guess what brewery this was. Tons of breweries are doing barrel programs that have sour beer that someone tastes like this. So very neutral beer, at least in the sense of like larger picture. There's obviously tons of flavor in this thing, but very interesting. Post in the comments below if you got this pizza beer, this pizza fruit beer. Let me know what you think. Did you get the pizza and fruit? 93. Cheers later.